Dominik Mysterio to snub Judgment Day, form new alliance with ex-WWE US Champion on Raw. Exploring potential move. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. For WWE Family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. WWE superstar Dominik Mysterio has been playing peacekeeper for the Judgment Day for several weeks now. However, he could soon team up with a former United States champion instead of the heel crew. Moreover, he could also help Logan Paul qualify for the Elimination Chamber match. The Maverick and Rey Mysterio will face each other to earn a spot in the Elimination Chamber. Logan Paul notably began his US Championship reign after defeating the formidable Luchador at the 2023 Crown Jewel. After his return to WWE, the 29-year-old superstar has once again targeted the LWO leader, recently causing him to lose a match against the New Day alongside Dragon Lee last week. While Rey Mysterio now has the opportunity to settle the score and secure a spot in the chamber, Dominik Mysterio could cost him the match. The father and son have a very sour on-screen relationship, and the Judgment Day member calls Rey a deadbeat dad. To prevent the three-time WWE champion from qualifying, he could interfere in the match and assist Logan Paul in securing the win. While this is a significant possibility, all of this remains speculation for now. Dominik Mysterio can also cost Jey Uso his potential WrestleMania match against Gunther. Jey Uso recently added a huge feather to his cap by winning the 2025 Royal Rumble. Following this victory, the Yeet Master is now guaranteed a title match against the top champion of either Raw or SmackDown. Considering his rivalry with Gunther and friendship with Cody Rhodes, there's a strong chance he would go after the ring general. Gunther has already defeated main event Jey Uso 3 times. While Jey has another opportunity to beat the World Heavyweight Champion, his hopes could be crushed by Dominik Mysterio. For an undisclosed reason, Dirty Dom has formed a temporary alliance with the Imperium leader. He has already helped Gunther in a steel cage title match against CM Punk a few weeks ago. Since no other Judgment Day member accompanied him, it can be said that Dominik Mysterio was acting alone. So far, Dirty Dom has kept quiet about his connection with the ring general, and his faction has also not asked him anything about it. Thus, Dominik Mysterio could once again make an unexpected save for the World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania 41. It will be interesting to see what Dom's true intentions are in the future. Dominik Mysterio wants to take over TNA like he did NXT. During a recent appearance on the Battleground podcast, Dominik Mysterio teased the possibility of appearing in TNA wrestling and hinted at a potential opponent he has in mind. While discussing the WWE TNA partnership, Mysterio alluded to TNA World Champion Joe Hendry without mentioning his name directly. I can't say I'm too focused on anybody in TNA, but I don't like to say his name. I think we know who we're talking about. I'm not going to say his name. He just beat Dolph. I've beaten Dolph. I'll just leave that at that. This is a clear reference to Joe Hendry, who recently defeated Nick Nemeth, formerly Dolph Ziggler. Mysterio also reflected on WWE's history of working independently and how the TNA collaboration opens new doors. As far as WWE being able to, like you said, they're always in their own sandbox. They never really played well with others, as some might say. But I think this is huge. This is such an amazing opportunity for not only WWE, but for TNA. The Judgment Day member spoke about his childhood memories of watching TNA due to his godfather, Konnan, who was part of LAX. I grew up watching all sorts of wrestling. My godfather, Konnan, was on Impact, doing LAX. I grew up on those guys, and seeing that. Suicide, Christopher Daniels, and all those guys. It was crazy. Now being able to go back, and now we're in cahoots with them, that's pretty cool, dude. Mysterio then made a bold statement, teasing a potential TNA invasion. I'd love to show up on TNA. Why not? I'd love to go and take over. I went down to NXT and took over NXT. So, why not go down to TNA and take over TNA? Last month, WWE and TNA announced a multi-year partnership that will see talent crossover between both companies. This deal has already led to TNA Knockouts champion Jordynne Grace appearing in the Women's Royal Rumble, and now Dominik Mysterio teasing an appearance in TNA suggests more crossover moments are on the horizon. With Mysterio setting his sights on Joe Hendry, fans will be watching closely to see if Dirty Dom makes his way to the TNA ring in the near future. Dominik Mysterio expresses excitement about WWE's collaboration with TNA. Dominik Mysterio expressed excitement about WWE's collaboration with TNA and hinted at making an impact there himself. He was reluctant to name a specific competitor in TNA but referenced a recent match result, saying, "I can't say I'm too focused on anybody in TNA, but I don't like to say his name. I think we know who we're talking about. I'm not going to say his name. He just beat Dolph. I've beaten Dolph, so, yeah, I'll just leave that at that." Addressing WWE's historical reluctance to collaborate with other promotions, Mysterio acknowledged the significance of this partnership. As far as WWE being able to, like you said, they're always in their own sandbox. They never really played well with others, as some might say. But I think this is huge. This is such an amazing opportunity for not only WWE, but for TNA. Reflecting on his personal history with TNA, he noted how influential the promotion had been in his early years. "I grew up watching all sorts of wrestling. My godfather, Conan, was on Impact, doing LAX. So, I grew up on that, on those guys, and seeing that. Suicide, Christopher Daniels, and all those guys, it was crazy, right?" With WWE now collaborating with TNA, Mysterio saw an opportunity to make a mark, so now being able to go back and now we're in cahoots with them, that's pretty cool, dude. I'd love to show up on TNA. Why not? I'd love to go and take over. I went down to NXT and took over NXT. So, why not go down to TNA and take over TNA? Source: Battleground Podcast. Dominik Mysterio reacts after Liv Morgan is injured on WWE Raw. Liv Morgan sustained a shocking injury this week on WWE Raw, and Dominik Mysterio has now responded. The star was left injured after a match. Morgan teamed up with Raquel Rodriguez on this week's episode of Raw to take on Io Sky and Dakota Kai. The two teams looked ready to establish themselves as the top stars that they are, but during the match, something went wrong and Morgan got injured. She was busted open and was bleeding profusely for much of the match. Despite the cut, she continued to wrestle as if it were nothing. After the match, Morgan posted a few pictures of herself cut open and showing off the scars she had received during the match. However, she had something to console herself with, saying that Dominik Mysterio had still said that she looked cute. Mysterio responded to the post by posting a gif from a Tom and Jerry cartoon, where Tom is overcome by how pretty a female cat is. Mysterio and Liv Morgan were not on the same page in recent weeks, but their differences appear to have sorted themselves out, with them in each other's corners again. Liv Morgan injured on WWE Raw. Will she be forced to miss Elimination Chamber 2024? Liv Morgan earned her spot in the Women's Elimination Chamber match by defeating Io Sky last week. However, this week on Raw, the Judgment Day member suffered a gruesome injury during her tag team match against Damage Control. The 30-year-old was busted open after receiving a vicious blow, which caused a severe cut around her eyelids. The tragic incident on Raw has left fans wondering about her status for the upcoming Premium Live event. However, despite the gruesome cut, Morgan is unlikely to miss Elimination Chamber 2025. the WWE Universe can breathe a sigh of relief as her injury appears less severe than initially feared. A reassuring sight emerged backstage after her match on Raw when Liv Morgan was spotted relaxing with the Judgment Day crew. It seemingly indicated that the injury was not that serious, and she wouldn't be out of in-ring action. Besides, the PLE is still 3 weeks away, and she will have adequate time to recover. Dominik Mysterio and Liv Morgan want new member to join the Judgment Day, Finn Balor's reaction revealed. The Judgment Day is in trouble. Dominik Mysterio, Liv Morgan, and Finn Balor all have their separate goals on WWE Raw, but their collective vision seems to grow further apart every week. Mysterio and Morgan seem to be on the same page with one issue, though. They both want to add a new member to the Judgment Day following JD McDonagh's nasty injury a few weeks ago. Dirty Dom even brought it up with Balor during a backstage segment on WWE Raw this Monday. Initially arguing about something else, Dominik Mysterio told the Prince they should consider adding a new member to the group. He admitted that the Judgment Day was a little short-handed, with Liv Morgan agreeing with her on-screen boyfriend. However, Finn Balor hated the idea. He blamed Mysterio for McDonagh's injury before bluntly exclaiming that there won't be any new additions to the group. Balor declared that he would fix things for the Judgment Day himself. The Irishman also claimed he would defeat Seth Rollins next week on WWE Raw, before winning the Elimination Chamber match to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41. While that series of events is unlikely, Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio may look to pounce. They could add a new member to the Judgment Day behind Finn Balor's back, potentially fracturing their relationship for good.